Today we will start with the exercise 1.2 of NCERT. The first question of this exercise is write down a pair of integers whose the first part is sum is -7. So we have to write a pair of integer whose sum is -7. Now we can take -8 and +1. If we add -8 and +1, we will get -7. We can take another pair of integer. If we take -3 and add -4 with it, again we will get -7. So we can choose any one of the pair whose sum is -7. Now the second part is difference is -10. So we have to find two integers whose difference is -10. Now we can choose -9 and 1 whose difference is -10. If you add -9 and subtract -1 from it, you will get -10. Second pair, you can choose -11 minus -1. If you subtract -1 from -11, you will again get -10. So you can choose any one of the pair. Third, sum is 0. Now we have many pairs whose sum is 0. This is also an identity that if we take a number with positive sign, and take another number with negative sign, a positive number and the negative number with the same numerical value, their sum will be always 0, which is a additive identity. You can take another pair -3 plus 3. Sum is 0. Now the next question is write a pair of negative integer whose difference give 8. We have to write a pair on negative integer. That means both the integers should be negative and their difference will give you 8. That is positive 8. Now first pair you can choose as -3, a negative integer, and its difference with -11. Now this will give you -3, minus and minus will become +11, which will give you 8. If you want to choose another pair, you can choose -2 and -10. Now again -2 and minus will become +10 will give you 8. So you can choose any one of the pair, but both the integers should be negative. Now next question or the next part, write a negative integer and a positive integer whose sum is -5. So you have to choose a negative integer and a positive integer whose sum is -5. So you can choose a pair -6. This is the negative integer and you have to find the sum with it. So you can take +1, which will give you -5. You can choose another pair if you want. You can take -7 and the positive integer you can take 2, so it will give you again -5. If you want to take another pair, you can take -8, the negative integer, and the second one you can take as 3, which will again give you -5. Since you want the value to be negative, so the integer with the negative sign should be greater so that we get the negative sign, and the positive integer will be smaller so that it will not get the positive sign. Here we wanted the negative sign, that's why we have taken the negative integer with a greater value. Now the C part of this question, write a negative and a positive integer whose difference is -3. You have to choose a negative integer and a positive integer whose difference is -3. Now we can take -1 and another number, since you want the difference, so we will write minus sign, and we can take 2. So -1 minus 2 will give you -3. Another pair if you want to take, you can take -2 minus 1. Here 2 was the positive integer, here 1 is the positive integer. Here -1 was the negative integer, here -2 is the negative integer. So it will give you -2, and since minus sign is there, so it will become -1 and it will give you -3. So you can choose any one of the pair. Now the third question, in a quiz, Team A scored -40, 10, 0, and Team B scored 10, then 0, then -40 in 3 successive rounds. Which team scored more? Can we say that we can add integers in any order? Now the first part says that in a quiz there was two teams. One was team A and another was team B. And in 3 successive rounds, that is in 3 rounds, team A scored -40 marks in first round, then 10 marks, then 0 marks. And team B scored first 10 marks, then 0 marks, then -40 marks. Now it is asked that which team has scored more marks. For this we have to calculate the total score of both the teams. So let us first calculate the score of team A. Total of team A is equals to -40 plus 10 plus 0. Now it will give you -40 plus 10, since 0 has no value, so it will give you -30. So the final score of team A is -30. Now let us calculate the total score of team B. So the total of team B is equals to 10 plus 0 plus -40. Now it will give you 10 plus minus will give you 10 minus 40, which will give you -30. So the total score of team B is also -30. So we can say that both the team has scored equally. So the score of both the team are equal. Now in the second part, it is being asked, can we add integers in any order? Yes, you can see here in the first part we have written 40 first, then 10, then 0, and the total is -30. The same numbers or the same integers are written but in different order in the score of team B, but their total is again -30. So we can say that we can add integers in any order. This property is known as the associative property of addition. Now the fourth question, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks to make the following statements true. Now the first one is minus 5. The first one is minus 5 plus minus 8 will give you minus 8 plus dash. Now what integer could come here? Now you can see that we are adding two integers here, minus 8 and minus 5. So the integer which should come here is minus 5. This property of addition of integers in any way, that is a plus b is equals to b plus a, is known as the commutative property. You can see here minus 8 plus minus 5 is minus 13. Here also minus 8 plus minus 5 will give you minus 13. Now the second part is minus 53 plus dash will give you again minus 53. Now you are adding something to 53 and again you are obtaining the same number, which means you are adding no value to 53 or neither you are subtracting any value from it. So an integer which has no value, numerical value, is the only one which is 0. So the number which comes here is 0. This is the additive identity of addition. That means you add any number to 0, you will again get the same number. That is a. If you are adding any number a to 0, any integer to 0, you will get the same integer again, that is a. This is additive identity. Now the third part is 17 plus dash will give you 0. That means you are getting 0 when you are adding a number to 17. Now this means if you are adding something to 17, it is totally cancelling its value, numerical value, and it is giving you 0. So the number could only be minus 17. That is a number with the same numerical value but with the opposite sign. This property is known as additive inverse. That means if you add additive inverse of a number to it, so you will get the additive identity, that is 0. So this property is known as additive inverse. Here if you add negative of the integer, you will get 0, which is additive identity, and the negative number of the negative integer of the integer is known as the additive inverse. Now the fourth part, 13 plus minus 12 plus minus 7 will give you 13. 13 plus minus 12 plus dash will give you 13 plus bracket minus 12 plus minus 7 and bracket close. Now you have to fill a number which should come here. Now 13 plus minus 12 and you have to give a number here. If you see this side, here also you are having 13 minus 12 plus minus 7. So I think the number which should come here should be minus 7. Let us just check it out. 13 minus 12 will give you 1 and minus 7 will give you minus 6. Here minus 12 and minus 7 will give you minus 19 and plus 13 will again give you minus 6. So both sides are equal. That means the number minus 7 here is correct. Now this property in which you can make any group for adding is known as the associative property. Here you have first added 13 and 12, then you have added the sum to minus 7. Here you have first added minus 12 and minus 7, then you have added the sum to 13. This property is known as the associative property of addition. The last part is minus 4 plus bracket opens 15 plus minus 3 and bracket close equals to bracket opens minus 4 plus 15 bracket close plus, now here we have a fill in the here we have a blank. Now what number should come here? If you see, we have just now seen an example in the above question that we can add integers in any groups. So here they have added first 15 and minus 3. So I think the number which should come here is minus 3 only. This is again the associative property of addition. Here if you want to check it out, here you can see that minus 15 plus minus 3 will give you 12. 12 minus 4 will give you 8. If you do the addition here, 15 plus minus 4 will give you 11 and 11 minus 3 will give you 8. So both sides are equal. So you can see that the associative property of addition is being used here.